The only way to work out how much your lifestyle costs is to do a budget. If you're not in the habit of budgeting regularly, you aren't alone. There seems to be a universal dislike for keeping personal budgets. Most people around the world don't like it. Unfortunately, one of the reasons that most people around the world don't get as much out of their money as they could is that they don't control their spending effectively. So you have to be in the habit of controlling your money properly if you want a financially sound retirement. Fortunately, there is more than one way to keep a budget, and you should find a technique that suits your personality, one that you'll be able to stick to for the long term. So here are a couple of basic ideas to get you started. The envelope system is the simplest way to control cash. You divide your cash into envelopes like groceries, entertainment, magazines, and so on. Once the entertainment envelope is empty, you'd have to wait until next month or sacrifice a purchase in a different area by taking money from another envelope. It's easy to see the trade-off you're making between one expense and another, and you never spend money you don't have. The biggest disadvantage is the security risk of carrying cash. A credit card can be your biggest friend or your biggest foe. It's useful because your bank statement gives you an automatic record of where and how much you spent. You can then categorize those expenses once a month or every second month. It's important to settle the full balance every month to avoid paying any interest, even more so in retirement. One big disadvantage of a credit card is that you can spend money you don't have. If you cannot keep your spending within the limits but want the convenience of a card, then consider a debit card, where you prepay the card and can only spend money that you do have. Automating the process is ideal for people who do not like keeping record all the time but do want the discipline of spending less than their income. Nowadays, you can automate a lot of your bill payments by giving consent to the service provider, for example a cell phone provider, to deduct your payments automatically every month, even if they're different each month. In some instances, you may be able to put a ceiling on the payment so that they don't deduct more than a maximum amount that you set without getting your consent first. Then you can set up a handful of accounts similar to the envelope system. You and your spouse could, for example, have his, hers, and ours accounts. You could then put all of your own pocket money into the his and hers accounts and use that for your own hobbies, golf or book club get-togethers, and then the joint household expenses can be covered through the ours account. Using a computer software program such as a spreadsheet or off-the-shelf bookkeeping software enables you to download data into the various fields of the program via internet banking. This is a powerful process that enables you to do all sorts of useful calculations, tables, graphs, and charts to analyze your finances. It's ideal for analytical people who have the discipline to keep up a regular regimen of data capture and analysis. This type of person will typically preserve the most wealth. A final suggestion is that if you're married, that you and your spouse both get involved in the money management. There's a high statistical probability that one of you will have to handle the finances alone one day, so you both need to know what's going on.